to show y'all how to change all the windows. I'm gonna quick disclaimer. I'm gonna show you how to measure the window as well. There's too often that I see people measure windows the wrong way, and then the installer gotta do a lot of custom work. Mind you, what time is it? It is 12:56 a.m. See that? 12:56 a.m. Of course, they call me because they know what the hell they call. Nevertheless, we finna measure this window, and it's from, you measure from here to here. The width is 32 and a half. And then you measure from the actual window sill here all the way up behind this piece of trim, which is 66. So now, this is the window that I was given. So let's see how right or wrong it is. So this window is 32 3/4, which is wrong. It's too big for this. So I know I'm gonna have to do a little bit of minor adjusting. I'm gonna probably just shave off some of the side here because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and of course we can't take this shit back. So. Open that window all the way up, like so. And we want to get all this old stuff out of here. This old trim on the inside, there's only one piece, so we're gonna have to redo this trim anyway. This piece is already missing. There's a pulley system here for the old windows that's usually held by like I think it's a 5-pound weight or so. We gotta unscrew these on both sides, and then there's two behind this piece of window as well. There's a piece of wood here that goes all the way around that needs to come out. And then this storm window is also coming out. So hopefully I got enough juice on here and enough space so that way I can just let you all see the whole thing. So I'm starting by taking these pulleys out. It needs a flathead screwdriver. 9 times out of 10 it's a flathead bit. So unscrew those. And then just pop them out. And they kind of look like this. These are the old weighted pulley systems that was inside of the older windows. There's 4 of them in here. We're gonna pop this trim out here. You can use some pliers to start pulling on that crowbar, hammer. I use a screwdriver. Just kind of pop behind there and slowly pop it out. See that? This whole entire stick comes out. Because this stick, this piece of wood, all the way around is just holding this back piece of window in. Also, disclaimer, when you work with windows, especially older ones, 9 times out of 10, there's lead in them. You want to have on some gloves and a mask. I had to give you this disclaimer. Make sure y'all follow me on all our platforms. Unruly Menace on Twitch. Dago Shoot on YouTube. Danny_74 on Instagram. Mind you, he don't know what he's doing with this recorder. He might know how to build a house from scratch. He might know about this and that and every tool, but he used my equipment to record. Pop these nails out. This window should now wiggle some. If not, take a screwdriver, pry it a little bit until it starts to move. Now this other window is out. Take this other pulley system out. We're not using these storm windows, so I'm gonna try to take them out. a lot of times these old storm windows have screws on the outside, but because these ones are so old, I can tell that these screws been painted over multiple times, and I'm gonna have a hard time unscrewing them. So I'm gonna just take a hammer and just bang the whole thing out. Now that's out. So I got my brother E and Dede in the background, not helping. But you see there's a lot of dust and stuff inside of there. So you kind of want to have the mask on or a vacuum and kind of get that shit out. I don't have a vacuum, so I'm sleeping now. Now, because I know that they measured this window wrong, I am not going to be using these extra pieces here. What I'm actually about to do, let me actually show you. You see this little strip here? I'm going to shave this strip off all the way around. And this is about, I don't know, about a 1/4 inch all the way around. So it'll give me an extra 1/2 inch to play with from the top and bottom and from left to right. So that way I have a little bit more wiggle room when I'm trying to install this window. Because right now it's too big and it won't fit inside of that window opening. For sure, have on a mask when you're doing this stuff. Because this plastic kind of stinks as you're cutting it. One strip. Two strips. Make sure this window is locked so when you roll it, it don't slam. See, that's why I say wear a mask. See all this dust and shit? Alright. Roll it back up the correct way. Now, if my math is correct, it should fit inside of this pocket or this opening with a little bit of wiggle room, a small amount.
Fucking up my mind, man, content, because I really want to say this. Hey, I ain't never said nothing about Atlanta. That is my wife. Don't talk about my wife like that. Hey. The woman that took care of you from high school on down, hey, she grandfather Eve. All this other stuff that you come around. Oh, no, dog. Hey, my wife grandfather Eve.
23 minutes is crazy. I don't even got that much story.
Down here, they ain't want to do here. What
You up here going to work, family? Down there sweeping down.
all this other shit that's going on.
See, there's screws on the side of here. There's screws on the side of here. These screws for when you're setting the window in and they're kind of bowed, you can take a flat head and screw them and it will kind of straighten the window out. But right now they're actually in my way. I don't really want to bother them, but I might not have a choice. I might not have a choice but to remove them because they're giving me a little bit of an issue. There's a little piece of plastic on this corner I should have cut. Again, this was a custom window, and I'm trying to customize this some more to make it fit in there. So, see this little lip right here? Might as well shave them all off. Leave it. Now let's try this again. Shade these corners down by like another 1/4 inch. Hopefully that does it. rubber mallet?
Come in and say what?
Do you have a rubber hammer?
Rubber hammer?
A rubber hammer. Huh?
I wouldn't.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
So, I know this might be a dumb question, but you think you'll be able to use it as a substitute?
Try. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So then,
Alright, that's nice.
it worked, ain't it? All right, now that window was in there. Underneath these caps here is where you put your screws. Put one screw here, one screw here. You slide up this. There's another cap here and another cap here. You pop off and you put your screws in them, which I'm about to show you. In a typical application, a window is not this snug. You usually have about a ½ inch or so. That way you can work with, because some houses stay settled and the window opening themselves, they begin to slant. So they intentionally give you the window slightly smaller than the actual opening to accommodate for that. But you see, I just did modifications with this and it's still a snug fit, but it's in there now. So now I'm gonna pop these screws in here and come back tomorrow and get some trim back. The window, each time you buy a brand new window, they come with their own set of screws. I highly recommend using them. They come with a pack of screws. And a little instruction manual about what some of these parts is and what you may need. And like I said, in a typical application, you would have space here, 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 and here. And you would shim the window to your liking, to your comfort. And then you would put your screws in. Where's my drill? They already have pre-drilled holes here. You literally just put the screw through there. You don't gotta over tighten it. Put the other screw in over there. Inside is open. There's another piece of white plastic piece here. Once you running your screws through there, look how long these screws. It's about like 2.5, 3 inch screws. Once this part of the screw touches the white piece, you can stop screwing. You don't have to overscrew it. Where's that? Bottom cap.
I'm going to see you down.
It's still gonna have to get caught and all that extra stuff.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can pop these back on. Some people just throw them away. It ain't gonna make no difference. But
Yeah, you gonna have to send me that YouTube video to help this nigga out, bro. Like I said, bro. First day.
and that's how that's done.